Mary Braden arrives in the Colorado Territory to operate a stagecoach station on the Cherokee Trail. She's had to abandon her land and modest wealth back in Virginia, since both have been destroyed by the ongoing Civil War. And on the way into the frontier, her husband was shot dead in the streets. With no choice but to make the station operate for her sake and that of her young daughter, Mary proves her resolve and managerial skills right away, gaining the loyal support of Maddie, an immigrant newly arrived from Ireland, and Temple Boone, itinerant gunfighter and ranch hand. Mary knows she has to do her best because she'll be judged lesser as a woman, and what's worse is that the man who killed her husband is ingratiating himself in the territory's politics and can't risk having someone who knows about him potentially derail all of his plans. June on the Range is a reading event created by Michael K. Vaughan in celebration of Western literature. I'll have links in the description to his channel, along with all the other desperados he's rounded up to co-host with him. You can take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy, like everyone reading for June on the Range, where the algorithm will come after you with a bullwhip. I heard about this book from Steve at Heroic Book Adventures, and I'll have a link to his channel too. He spoke highly of this novel, and I'm happy to report he is not wrong. I haven't read a lot of Louis L'Amour, but this might be the best of his I've read yet. It is in many ways a truly Western tale of people moving into the frontier and creating or recreating their lives. The novel has a lot going for it. It starts strong and has pretty good pacing throughout. The plot economy keeps everything moving along because we consistently see what the characters want and watch them make choices to try and reach those goals. Sometimes the needs are immediate, like recovering horses from rustlers, and sometimes the needs are more long-term, like Mary trying to get justice for her murdered husband. The storytelling remains effective throughout, and on every step of the way, L'Amour's prose remains clear and readable. Even when he has Temple Boone and Mary discussing lofty topics like theories on civilization, L'Amour keeps things accessible without dumbing it down for anyone. The weaknesses of the book are pretty minor. The climax and resolution will come along too quickly for some readers, but I think that's mostly a product of the overall pace of the novel. Also, some people may accuse the author of having a romanticized idea of the West. I think L'Amour's take is a little more nuanced than that. He is not writing a grimy revisionist Western, but the book also deals plainly with some dark material, meaning this isn't a look at the American West through rose-colored glasses either. What might bother most readers, however, is that Mary is the beneficiary of a couple lucky breaks in the novel. I don't mind some coincidences in a book. I don't think anyone can read fiction if you're not willing to accept a few. But I also think it's understandable to call shenanigans when those coincidences resolve problems for the characters. That strays into Deus Ex Machina territory. The predominant thematic engine of the story is the effects of transformation, both on the people by the land and on the land by the people. It is a core idea not just in Westerns, but in a lot of American literature, that the frontier, and the Western frontier in particular, is where you go to remake yourself or to be remade. This thematic device is present in all of the characters, but it is most strongly apparent in Mary and the antagonist, Jason Flandreau. 2/3 of the way through the book, Mary realizes she has become a different person. Not that the person she was is gone, but that by choice and necessity, she has synthesized the lessons of her life in Virginia with the realities of her life in Colorado and become, as she describes it, a Western woman. Jason Flandreau is the dark mirror to this. A Confederate raider, thief, murderer, and all-around shitbird before coming west, he has reinvented himself as a church-going man of means with political ambition. His fear that Mary will wreck it all for him, and the choices he makes to stop her, shows he has not changed at all. No matter what mask he puts on, he chooses to be a treacherous predator. Unlike Mary, he does not want to adapt and become someone new. He just wants to wait for the next opportunity to take things that he has not earned. But what do you, the audience at home, think? Are you familiar with the Cherokee Trail? How do you think it compares to other books by Louis L'Amour? What are you reading for June on the Range? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. Until next time, amigos, read some good westerns. Live and be well.